Derek?
This is Derek talking. I'm not gonna make a weird noise, but this is me talking.
You're no fun, Derek. Hello and welcome to the Central Nerdous System. I'm John. Anyone up there want to go? Go on.
I'm Derek.
I'm ZD.
And this is a very special episode of it. On our channel for the past couple of weeks, the past 3 weeks, we have each uploaded a video on our top 10 games that we've ever played. And our list varied greatly, and we said at the end of it we were going to have a roundtable discussion. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about our choices and how each of us feel about them on those topics. We'll get to, hopefully if we can get another episode of this podcast out, we'll get back to gaming news and whatnot. But for this week, it's going to be a special episode. We're going to talk about some games and reminisce. So,
all about us.
So ZD...
That's the way we like it.
Yeah. So ZD went first in terms of uploading the videos. So ZD, why don't we start with yours? So, Derek, is there anything about ZD's list that you wanted to talk about? Stuff that surprised you? Stuff that
I loved your 8, the Paper Mario, because I had totally forgotten about that game.
Thank you so much.
And I played the first one, and I loved it. It was such a fun game.
I hear a lot that people love the first one more than the second one, but I honestly think the second one was better.
I never got to play the second one.
Oh.
So, but I have fond memories of the first one.
Yes. I just saw that the Club Nintendo had it on sale for the rewards program for the original Paper Mario to be on the eShop, and it just got me so excited. So I was like, oh my god, they still are thinking about that game. So it was like one of the classics.
They might do it.
They can do it.
What game were you playing near me? Was it Thousand Year Door?
Yes, that was the one. That was the one that I actually had on my list.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed pretty fun. I kind of liked the environment to it. It was pretty festive and fun. I noticed with Nintendo, they always like have their franchise, and they're like, we should have the same franchise but with a different material. Epic yarn. What else? I can't wait for I don't know. I know Sonic is Sega, but what if they had like Sonic Paisley? Oh man, that'd be great.
Denim.
Paisley?
Like it's denim.
Yeah, Sonic Denim.
Come on, denim, blue. Exactly.
Yeah, I loved about the Paper Mario. It's like you have a 2D figure in a 3D world.
That was fun.
Yes, and I love the Wii version of the Super Paper Mario, how you could actually go into the 3D mode while still being 2D. So it made a really interesting twist, and I love the innovations they made with each progressing game.
It's kind of a surprise that I actually like that game too, because that type of combat system, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, now it's your turn. I'm not usually a fan of that, but there are like certain games like Pokemon. Obviously, that's great, and that game was fun. And like the new South Park game, I enjoyed that too.
Yeah, I totally want to get the new South Park game, but I've never. But it's always way out of my price range for spending on games.
Was good, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, so it might be a while before I get that.
I would suggest at least playing it.
Yeah, it looks really fun. I watched some gameplay footage of it because I like to watch a little bit, and I've also been binge watching South Park, so.
I was never a big fan of South Park just because I never watched it.
I wasn't either, but especially like with later episodes, in my opinion, I feel they're pretty good quality. I just finished watching the Imagination Land trilogy.
When I got older, I kind of lost interest in South Park. But I got a few of the seasons on DVD.
All my parents knew was that there was a lot of swearing in it.
There's so much. But getting back to the list, also before we continue, I just want to mention that if you want to check out these guys' lists before we continue, because we're going to spoil the lists, or do you want to see them in their entirety, we'll put them in the description. Also, they're on our channel. You should go check them out, because, yeah, he put a lot of effort into his, Derek and his. That's our description dance.
Playing a piano.
It's like you're
with 2 fingers.
With 2 fingers.
It's like you want a blowjob, but you're really eager about it.
Don't know how to say.
I'm waiting for it.
Anyone? Any takers?
Nope. Okay.
looking at your list, I mean, a lot of Nintendo titles. I think the only stuff on there that wasn't Nintendo was
The Binding of Isaac,
RuneScape,
Minecraft, Halo, Escape.
Yeah, so you're a big Nintendo gamer. Which
I didn't get any other. I didn't get anything else besides Nintendo until I was almost in high school.
Yeah, you know, I guess like when I imagine you seem like big Xbox guy, so I was like, oh, he's gonna probably pick a lot of Xbox stuff.
I got my Xbox in like maybe 8th grade, whenever. Yes, 8th grade. Wait, didn't it come out in 2008? The 360?
I think. Or maybe was it a little early?
No. 2008, no, because it came out when I was in middle school. 2008, I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
I think about 2006.
The year of the 2000 is what grade we were in. So say 2008, it was 8th grade for me.
Gotcha. I think it was about 2006.
I was gonna say that sounds about right because I know I bought it the year Halo 3 came out, which was 2008.
Right? I'm pretty sure I was in 7th grade when it came out. At the time, I wasn't a big console gamer. I think at that point I was just starting on MMOs. But I'm pretty sure that's when it came out because I remember my friends talking about it.
So, a lot of the great memories that were made for me were made with Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, and I think between the two lists, in terms of like the full game comparison, like what exactly matched up, both me and you picked Minecraft and Binding of Isaac in our top 10.
Yes.
So common interest there. And you also shared Smash Brothers Melee with Derek.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Well, obviously not me because it was on my
I played
list.
that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
I have it right there. I could play it with myself.
It's right
we
back
also
there.
had Halo 3, but that was an honorable mention for me.
Yeah. Even though it seemed like it could be on your list, the way you described it.
I know, like when you did your list, when you talked about the honorable mentions, like you went more in depth with the honorable mentions than the stuff in the top 10.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Oh yeah, Mario Party's pretty fun, but let me talk about Halo for a couple hours.
I didn't really know what to talk about for Mario Party.
I mean, true, it's kind of a face value kind of game.
Yeah.
Same with like it's like Tetris and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean it's not a great game, but it's just not much.
I also like with you two, you both had MMO, but you had like rivaling MMOs.
It's actually funny you mentioned that because in 8th grade I used to, in a study hall, I used to argue with my friend Tom about which was better, RuneScape or World of Warcraft. And he used to swear up and down that RuneScape was better than World of Warcraft. And I'd just be like, Tom, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
That's exactly how all my arguments went.
And so, VD, can you take up the mantle? Why is RuneScape better than
4 years later, he's like, dude, you were totally right. I don't even know why I was arguing you.
I'm kind of like that now with the way modern RuneScape is. But with the release of the old RuneScape as a playable game, I think it is sort of better in my opinion. I think because my first experience with that was with my first experience with an MMO like that was with RuneScape. So all my first memories are with it, and I only started playing World of Warcraft maybe 4 months ago. So all my knowledge I had off of it was off of videos.
Gotcha.
And I think I couldn't get into World of Warcraft as much as I could have because I exhausted all my MMO time on RuneScape already.
I kind of got spoiled because for a while, I watched my dad play EverQuest. And then a fantastic game called City of Heroes came out, and he got himself a copy, and then a week later, he's like, here, you look really interested in this game, I'm going to give it to you. And I played the crap out of that game for a while. And I love that. I'm so disappointed they shut down the servers for it.
Just crap flowing from the computer screen.
Yeah.
I played RuneScape very briefly. I tried on several occasions. I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, with 130 days of gameplay, I can't say much.
I
Gameplay
think
time is longer than the free trial.
all I did was cut lumber. That's all I ever did.
Most people do.
Yep.
but I didn't. I enjoyed the game. I didn't play it to be the best. I played it because I had a lot of friends that were on it, and the stories that were in the game, I didn't focus on being better than other players. I just tried to enjoy the feel for the world of being so big at the time, and creating your own guy and your own skills the way you want it to be. It was great. See, the PvP in the game, it was good, but I just never had a thing for it. So I think that's why I might have enjoyed it more than Warcraft.
My main issue with RuneScape for me was I just didn't really care for the movement.
The point and click.
Yeah, which is funny, 'cause I like point and click games, but not a point and click MMO. Like,
Looks
that's
like you
what.
got something to say, Derek.
No, not really. I was gonna mention how my brother and sister used to play RuneScape all the time, but that was about it.
And how they perform much lower in test scores.
No, actually,
Than us
they're
World of
doing
Warcraft
much better
players.
in school than I did.
I think I enjoyed RuneScape so much because I started playing in 6th grade, and before that, I played nothing else but Mario and Zelda and Nintendo. So it was my first experience outside of the world of Nintendo, and it was so different. It was just awesome.
Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot.
Let's see. Looking at your list as well, I just want to mention with Minecraft, between all the lists, if you averaged out the repeating ones, Minecraft would technically be the highest of them, since it has a second place and a 4th place, so it would average to about a 3rd. So it looks like Minecraft might be the big winner here. I know it wasn't on Derek's at all, but there was nothing we shared between all 3 lists.
I know you guys love Minecraft and all, but like it's just it's fun to play. I can never like immerse myself into the world. I'm just not that great at it.
I think the thing that really helps Minecraft is multiplayer. If it didn't have multiplayer, this would not be in the top 10. It wouldn't even be like that big of a game.
When I
It
bought
would be like
I
Proteus, essentially.
and then I found you guys.
The only time I play is when I'm playing with you guys, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Usually whenever I play, I'm on a server.
I remember when some of my friends first found it after we graduated, and they're like, "Oh, this is a great game," and like we were all hanging out, and 2 of my friends stayed up all night playing it, and that was like, still in alpha, and like a year later, I finally picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is fun," and all my houses just look like giant squares. I can't make anything. I'm terrible at this.
The hell with all these squares?
Right, I got the combat down, but I can't make anything worth crap.
I'm the opposite. I'm terrible at combat, but I'm
The
good
combat's
at
just
building.
like click.
I know, it's clicking combat. Just
Hey,
like,
I love using the bow.
Yeah.
hey, I admire people who use the bow, because I'm awful at archery.
Too bad there weren't little bows and arrows to shoot at people when you had actual Legos when you were younger. And I think it would have been a lot funner, or more fun.
You can get like you can get a rubber band and make like a catapult.
Are you
So
trying
a
to say Legos were
little
fun?
needle. You just, pew.
See, that was your childhood. See, we didn't play like that. I also want to mention like a fun fact about Minecraft. I actually have a friend who actually like played tech. Yeah, I have friends.
Lucky
What are you
you.
trying to say? But I have a friend named Austin who actually play tested it before it was released.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like, you often hear people, like, fake these stories, but this story, like, the way he told it, like, very specifically, and he's not even, like, a huge Minecrafter. So I believe his credibility a little more.
The Minecraft Classic you're talking about? The one that's free to play online?
Yeah, he play tested that. He has a brother who signed up for a lot of play testing stuff, and the Minecraft company, apparently, they said, all right, we got 3, like, Swedish people, and we got 1 guy in America, because we're going to internationally release it, so we want to see how they respond.
I can just see it now. Not sure if this square fits on this square just right enough.
We gotta go back to the drawing table, boys. Even up them squares.
I know in the original Minecraft there was only blocks. I think there was like 1 ladder. I think that was it.
I think.
'Cause I know you only had your 8 options. or four to eight options, and that was it.
I remember like before I got Minecraft, I was just playing classic. And I was blown away by it, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, the textures in that sucked. Like they've
Never used texture packs.
I mean, my computer can handle it. I don't know about yours, Derek.
Texture packs? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I use texture packs. Yeah, I actually do like Minecraft default textures. It's just I didn't like them back in classic. They had like the neon green grass, and like they've improved them over time.
I hardly remember at this point.
You know, like if you look at that old picture, like you'll see like if you Google search Minecraft or like old Minecraft, you might see like a picture of like a Steve with flail in his arms running down this bright green field of azure.
In the description, if we find it.
Yeah,
find it.
I'll try and link that in the description as well. Yeah, everything that we talk about will be linked. Normally it would be linked if we talk about articles, but we're mostly talking about stuff in a couple videos. So, Derek, you got anything else about ZD's list, or?
Let me just take a look at it here quick.
You could.
You guys
mentioned you like Halo.
Huh?
I know you mentioned you liked Halo in your honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, I mean Halo 3 was a fantastic game. Especially, like I said in my video, especially the custom games. They made the game.
See, if we met, I think we would have been best friends because I played that game so much, just like days on days on days on days.
You would have fit in my group of friends. That's pretty much all we did at that time.
I was always pretty terrible at Halo, but I have Halo 3, and I did enjoy. I played a little bit of the story mode, and I enjoyed it. And I used to play. You know Gabe?
I into my room. What?
ZD, do you know Gabe? Well, I didn't want to use his last name here, but all right.
Yes, I do.
I live in a different county.
But yeah, he lives somewhere.
Just beep it out. It'll make it funny.
I'll just skip the video. Just skipped there, so that's why. So like he used to bring Halo Reach over, and we used to do the Forge and that, and do stuff, and that was fun. I love Forge.
Like about the Halo Reach Forge was that it took no skill to do any building. Like with Halo 3, I would spend hours building a map, using all the different kinds of glitches to make things flow and make.
I remember that.
I knew all the glitches.
Wait a second.
Having a
Halo
delay
Reach came around.
Spawn.
Oh.
I like how you're saying the game is worse because it improved the building tools.
Well, because I feel like I was such a skilled builder in the Halo 3 Forge, there was no fun in it in Halo Reach.
It took out the dedication.
Yeah, like, I built an entire map in like 25 minutes, where it would have taken me hours on Halo 3. And there's no gratification, there's no satisfaction. You show your friends, you're like, oh, I can make that. When Halo 3 was around, they'd come on my map, be like, damn. You know, but that doesn't exist anymore with the new Halo Reach. And 4, and probably 5 is going to be the exact same way.
I haven't played much of 4.
Oh no, innovation.
I only played the story once through, and maybe the multiplayer just maybe for a month.
I was mad at them because when they made it so you had to unlock the emblems, I'm like, you motherfuckers, I've had the same emblem in Halo 2, and you're gonna make me unlock that emblem now? No, screw you guys. I'm going home.
I had to wait for like 10 ranks to get the cowboy hat to put on the Halo Kitty.
I always used the Valkyrie in Halo 2 was the clef, but then I switched to the shield when that came out. Same colors all the time, but they made it. I had to be like old 20, 30 or something to unlock it.
Yeah, was it really necessary?
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like they put that in because they were desperate for things for people to unlock.
Yeah, because if you have only so many things you can unlock, like we could make new weapons. No, that involves modeling.
Like if they kept all the originals and then made you unlock the brand new ones, that would have been different.
I don't know why they needed to have unlockable stuff though. It's like buying the armor and Reach. That was good enough for me. I liked that part.
Although I think I liked it more in Halo 3 how you had to do special things. And if you didn't have a guidebook or the internet, you were basically shut out of luck until you played the game through multiple times.
See, nowadays every game is Mario Party 9. Every game is Mario Party 9. They just They just handhold, and if you lose, they just say, "Oh, that's all right. Here, have first place."
What? That reminds me. I bought Have you ever played Oh God, what's the game name? Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine for the Sega.
No.
Sounds familiar.
Well, it was a Sega game where it was like a Tetris type of game where you had to battle and you had like blobs falling down.
Oh, I remember this.
And,
I haven't played it, but I know of it.
I bought it on the Nintendo eShop, and if you there was 10 stages in the game, and if you lost, you had to restart the entire game, just kind of like Mario, but it was more intense and it was frustrating. And you can create restore points in the 3DS version of it. So I'm like halfway through the game because I could just start off anywhere. And I feel like the evolution of games like that just isn't right, because I can't really think of any games right now that are like the original games where it's either, or it's like the Minecraft hardcore mode. Like if all games had an option to play like that, I think it'd be fun.
Well, there is Binding of Isaac, which is maximum hardcore.
Yeah, but if you're good at it.
Well, yeah, but that's like saying like.
That's a terrible argument, I know.
Yeah, because you're good at it, Zeddy.
So you're saying like you missed the games where you had to be good enough to play it through once without going out.
Like the dedication isn't there anymore. Like
I get it.
Like I just bought the Assassin's Creed Black Flag for PS4.
I love that.
And I know, it's awesome. Playing it through, I think it'd be a lot more intense if I knew that if I screwed up at one point, then the story would be over. But I know I'm safe, so I play carelessly sometimes.
There was a part like I'd only been playing for a few hours. I had just gotten the jacked off, only a few upgrades, and I found a royal convoy. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to attack it. So I attacked it, and it destroyed me. Like, I barely did any damage.
Yeah.
And there was no penalty for getting desynchronized, so I just did it again. I did it like 4 times until I gave up, and nothing happens.
See, if you did that in the original Mario, you'd have to start back off in World War.
Hello, which would be kind of frustrating for that game. I got to admit.
Yeah, now that the games are like 10 hours of gameplay if you go nice and at a good pace.
You know, I even proved that some games are getting easier with the Sims 3 thing. I did an entire video series on the Sims 3 about how I'm not going to build a house or buy anything and see how long I live. I'm actually making money. And I don't have a job.
What?
I'm not starving. I'm doing completely and utterly fine. Because all you have to do is dumpster dive to get stuff, and you can sell it. And you can sometimes get like a couple $100 items out of the trash that you can sell at like retail value, basically.
Wow.
At the park, like people are having picnics everywhere, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, you can join our picnic, sure." Like there's no qualms about it or anything. The gym is free. The pool is free. So like, there's no challenge. I haven't had to spend any money on anything. The only money I spent was to just empty my bank account by putting like a junkyard on the house lot.
I've been playing Sims wrong. Not that I play it often.
You know, you're telling me about that. It kind of makes me think about how I used to play RuneScape. The thing with RuneScape is that it was always a challenge. There was always a challenge awaiting you, and whether it really depended on if you were good or not. And the more time you put into it, the easier it was for you. But to the date, there's always more things. Unless you're like the top-notch guy in the game, there's always a challenge in it, and that's something I really enjoyed about it. Because from level 3, when you start off, the beginner quests are hard, but then once you're off into like the top 100 people in the world, they're always releasing new content with huge monsters and everything, and new skills to come out with. And I just think that's a good quality of a game, is to have it always be challenging, unlike Assassin's Creed, where you just restart. In a game like RuneScape,
I mean, there's a place for checkpoints and restarting. Like, I don't think that's necessarily like a knife in the game.
Yeah. Because
I mean, having restore points is a good thing, I feel, because say if you're playing a game and you need to go someplace, or if it's a long game, you have to start over from the beginning. That would just piss you off. You wouldn't want to play again.
I wouldn't have the time.
Yeah, but like, if you have a game, like, especially if it's like a shorter game, or if it's something that's supposed to build itself on being challenging, it should either be like very limited checkpoints, or you could even go Nintendo hard.
It's like kind of like Dark Souls then.
Yeah. The last of the Nintendo hards.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to look and see with your list anything else that stands out. You got anything else with his, Derek? I think I was just going to mention his number one next and end it if you have nothing else.
I just gotta say that Donkey Kong 64 is a fantastic game also.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
I know John played it a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I liked it from what I played.
If it's the one that I'm thinking of, then it was a fantastic game.
It's where when you get the banana and it goes, oh, banana.
I also love the rap. DK Donkey Kong.
It's the one where you have your 5 interchangeable characters.
And you had you traveled across a map and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it was the one I was thinking of. I did love that game. I played it.
That was a fun game. So let's talk about ZD's number one, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I played it a little bit. I only got past the first boss because I haven't really enjoyed
the story and making the most out of the game.
Yeah, I've made the most
pointing out every single detail. Every single detail is pointed out by John, and I think even though it may take a while, but it really does create another viewpoint of the game because it really points out how much time is put into a game to make it. Like when you play one of these new big fancy games, you focus on the story, but then you look down, it takes a long time to create the maps. You make sure that it's everything's different, nothing's repeating, you know?
Yeah, just so everyone knows what he's talking about, when I played it, I played in the most, I did not follow the story directly at all. I went to every possible place you could possibly go before you could move on. And I was derping around. What did I do in Legend of Zelda? I know I crawled everywhere in Mario 64.
Oh my god. Legend of Zelda, I think you definitely made fun of every character.
Oh yeah.
The little dancing guy.
The guy would block
I think
you
I
from
spent
the tunnel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I spent a while. I spent a while just going back and forth, just trying to get by him. I
think the most part was just exposing every character and everything that could have been, he or she could have been, and what they actually were.
I forgot the context of it, but I remember I was talking to this female character, and then I just spun around and the side swipe. You know how you can move sideways? I did sideways. I just went into a spiral out where I was like, vagina! Oh, and I ran away. I forget the context.
And while he's doing all this, I'm just kind of laying down in the background, about to stab myself. Because I'm just just go on!
I was like, oh Jesus.
Checkpoint's right there.
Do something else.
Vagina! But,
yeah. Okay, but moving on with the game, I loved it. I still love it.
It was a fantastic game.
How much did you play it?
From what I remember, I played the beginning.
Enough, it's from what you remember.
I played the beginning, and then it disappeared for a little while, and then all of a sudden it reappeared again, and it was beaten. And I had everything, and it was all there, and I used to just run around with everything and just beat up things, because I was little at that time, and I found out my cousin who lived a few doors down had borrowed it with the guidebook and just beaten it, and then a year or two
guidebook.
Yeah, I know. A year or two ago, I downloaded an emulator and played it, and I got pretty far. I never ended up beating it again, but because I actually wanted to play the game for myself this time.
Did you have a controller for the emulator?
Yeah, I used an Xbox controller.
Yeah, I tried using the keyboard with the emulator, and
no,
it didn't work.
No, not at all.
Also, Ocarina of Time has one of my favorite characters in it.
Rudo.
Princess Rudo.
John has a thing for the fish.
Things are getting fishy. But
Rudo's the Azora princess.
Yes.
I didn't
recognize the name at first, but once you went into detail, oh yeah, her.
I think I picked her over the other ones because everyone just like, oh yeah, I like Zelda, or like...
And she doesn't have ears. Well, she does, but they're just like holes.
What, Rudo?
Yeah.
No, Rudo's got ears. If you look at the concept art, I mean, I'm not sure if it's in game she has ears, but
Someone doesn't have ears.
the concept art, she has like kind of like a fin like hair. What happened to it? Something fall?
Oh, my cat.
Show us the kitty. Show us the kitty. Gotta see the kitty. Got the catnip on standby.
Come here.
Mine's asleep.
Kitties.
I don't want to wake her up.
See, the cat being on the broadcast are gonna get us like 40 views. Oh!
Hey, come here. Little shit.
Oh yeah, we got a cat battle. Cat fight.
The cat battles of history. Actually saw
Oh, what's your cat's name, Ziti?
Mini Me.
Mini Me versus Derek. What's your cat's name?
Selena.
Selena.
She's named after
Be
Catwoman.
good. Oh, nice.
Give me 1 second.
I actually saw a commercial in the movie theaters today for Epic Rack Battles of History. It was like a YouTube sponsored like commercial. I was like, wow.
Oh, in the theater.
In Marquee Theater.
She's gonna be mad at me.
Huh.
She was laying down, but
Aww.
Oh, he was so small.
He's a tiny kid.
My cat would just like.
hey, sweetie. I'm sorry. I
Wait,
woke
Ziti, did you not turn your mic? Yeah. Okay, here, just see if you can fix that back up so we can, see, I shouldn't have mentioned the cat. Now we're all distracted.
And my cat hooked on my mic as well.
Alright.
That's all I got.
I'm sorry I woke you up. Here, go lay down in your bed. Let go.
Cats are adorable.
Go. There, lay down in your bed.
Here, ZD, can you get your mic back in order?
It is.
It is? Now you're a little quieter. Seems. Sorry for this technical delay, but cats.
How about now?
Alright, you're a little better.
A little quiet for me though.
Oh, yes? You still a little quiet?
He is for me.
Here, ZD. Maybe move a little.
Because it was such a booming noise, it lowered the sensitivity.
Just start yelling.
I think that would make it worse.
Alright, you're good. You're
Well,
fine.
better.
Yeah, you're getting better. Alright, so, yeah. Ocarina of Time.
Great
Definitely a game for everyone to play. It's
Yeah.
a game for all ages. It has a very in-depth story. You can play it more than once to get a different perspective on the story. Because if you play it with the intent, with like thinking about how the in-game characters feel, I think it's a cool game. So like, imagine if you had to play through it as Ganon, just like murdering villages and.
That would be fun.
Okay.
But,
I've played through the game about 60 bajillion times.
and he counted.
I think I said gazillion in my actual video. But
Sure it was
One way to find out, audience. Alright, so, do you guys like ZD's list?
better.
Yeah, I did too. I think ZD had a really solid list. It had a lot of nostalgia value to it.
I don't
And-
necessarily agree with some of them being on there, but you know.
Like, what don't you agree with? I kind of want to hear what you don't
Yeah.
agree with.
Well, like I said, RuneScape.
Oh, RuneScape.
RuneScape really being the number one. And Minecraft,
At least it's not number one.
I won't put down because it is a great game, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, if I had to say what I didn't like on his list, just RuneScape. 'Cause I didn't particularly care for RuneScape. Everything else seemed solid. And,
And I've never played The Binding of Isaac.
oh, you definitely
You-
need,
you
you
guys-
need to.
You two have made me want to play it.
It's so good.
You're either gonna buy it or we're gonna gift it to you, and then you're gonna play it.
We'll
No,
We need to get. We should give it to him. We'll go in
I love
halfway.
the eyebrow thing. You just like waved your eyebrows as we were talking.
I know they're so majestic. I wish I had.
Stare
those.
into your soul with them.
So
The eyebrows,
next,
not the eyes.
So next up, if we have nothing else for ZD, let's go to my list. So what did you guys think about my list?
Mixed feelings.
it was okay.
Mixed feelings.
I knew going into this I was probably gonna have like the list that no one agreed with because I picked all like the weird games.
No, well,
I picked a lot of weird stuff. My honorable mentions especially.
well, I mean, there's a lot of big name games on there, like LA Noire, Shadows of the Colossus, Portal 2. That was a fantastic game. I love Portal 2.
No one's
Red Dead-
definitely.
Your number one, Red Dead Redemption. I spent a lot of time playing.
Same here. I really loved Red Dead Redemption.
That was my biggest thing with his list was Red Dead Redemption. I just didn't enjoy it.
You didn't really. See, I'm really surprised because given like how much you like the adventure games, I'm really surprised you didn't.
I thought
care
I was gonna
for it.
like it too because mainly because it was a game like GTA but with horses.
You know why you didn't enjoy it? You didn't enjoy it because you didn't go into the wilderness with only a knife and hunt jaguars. That's why you didn't enjoy it.
I maybe I just didn't give it enough time.
Like, dude, if you want, I have the game. We could always play that.
It'd have to be at your house. I don't have an Xbox anymore.
Well, yeah. But like, what didn't you enjoy about it? Did you just not like the story, or?
Well, to start off, I started off knowing the main character died.
Oh, come on, man.
Who in their right mind?
What?
Like, come on, you gotta give us a spoiler on that. I know it's been a while, but
No, the game's been out for like 4 years now, 5.
Just beep it out.
What I'll do
beep
is
it out.
I'll give a spoiler warning countdown
You
before
don't-
this starts.
You don't need spoilers for games that have been out for more than a year. I'm sorry.
I know, but I still.
So immediately I'm like, alright, I'm gonna do all this and just die.
Well, actually, I didn't see that as a problem because I didn't know when I bought the game that he died, but I did know prematurely that he died. But it did not ruin the game for me at all because I just made me say how.
I didn't care. I've played so many games where your character dies at the end, mainly like Fallout 3 and the first Saints Row.
I didn't play either of those.
Fallout 3, if you don't have one of the DLCs, the game ends. And you can't, you have to go to one of your previous saves. Same with Saints Row, the first Saints Row. It'll start you back before you did the mission.
It's kind of like how Zelda Ocarina of Time was. You beat the game and it just reset you to the last checkpoint.
Yeah.
The way Red Dead Redemption works, it is when Marston dies, they have the big thing. They do I think they do credits next, and then you play as his son several years later, and you may do a couple end game missions that tie up a lot of loose ends.
This is for you, Paul.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jack. No one cares.
I know. I didn't really like Jack that much.
He was annoying.
That's probably one of my few qualms with it. He was such a wiener.
He was. He was very annoying.
And the thing is, he looked so badass. He's got the duster coat and the long hair and the facial hair. And then he just comes to you I'm Jack, you killed my papa!
You killed my father, prepare to die.
I feel bad for the guy because his father's dead, but he just wasn't as cool as Marston.
Well, he was Marston.
I
know, John.
But, and the idea of, you having to spend the rest of eternity in the game playing as him, just
Well, unless you got one of the DLCs.
Well, yeah, I have Undead Nightmare, and I consider that probably the best DLC I've ever played in my life.
I got halfway through that and stopped.
Yeah, were you not digging it, or just you didn't have time? Or?
I lost interest. It was fun at first. Doing the online with the waves, surviving the waves with friends. That was fun, but they didn't. That was kind of towards the end of me and my friends playing that, so we didn't really do it a lot.
Yeah. I can see where people could get kind of tired because it was in the midst of the big zombie peak.
Yeah.
When we were starting to get zombies and everything. But I really liked the way, because the way they did the story with it was pretty good. I really felt even though you can tend to consider it non-canon, it felt like it was really a part of the world.
Yeah, I get it.
And interesting gameplay mechanics too, because you're up against various types of zombies, and I really enjoyed it as a DLC.
I think one of my favorite parts of Red Dead Redemption, going back to the original game, was I got some really awesome pictures in that game. I took one picture. For whatever reason, I was I was having like a sniper battle with my friends, and I saw the silhouette of a bear just floating in the sky off in the distance. I was like, well, what the hell is going on over there? And then there was like this cabin that you could sit in, and just bears. They would just spawn and spawn and spawn, and they couldn't get you because you were in the cabin. So there's just like a picture of me and like 20 bears just dead around the cabin.
Just imagine the GTA 5, you know how you can take a selfie in that?
Yeah.
Just imagine that in front of the bears.
Yeah, exactly. Except I had to take a big picture with my DS of the screen. What's a terrible quality.
Yeah, when I was putting together the list with the top 3, because those are the 3 that were like difficult to separate. Because Stanley Parable was really fun, but it's an exploration game. There's only so much I can do with that compared to these games that are like, you know, actual like goal-based. Well, Minecraft is technically exploration, but the reason I picked Red Dead Redemption over Portal 2 and Minecraft was because Minecraft, it was really fun and I love it a lot, but the fun mostly comes from multiplayer and if you have friends. So like, it's not a game that literally anyone can play.
I barely played it before I got introduced to you guys, honestly.
Yeah, with Portal 2, I liked it, but I mean, I felt that Red Dead Redemption had more depth. And I really didn't have any complaints with Red Dead Redemption other than, you know, Jack Marston, so. And even that was just a minor complaint. It didn't really bother me that much.
It's not really a game changer.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's why I picked Red Dead Redemption over that, and I picked Minecraft over that because I just had so much fun and just the amount of hours I put into it.
I understand. I get that.
Anything else on my list, or?
I never really played Skate 3 much. Never played Sims. Never played any of the Sims. Never played LA Noire. Didn't play Shadow of the Colossus.
You need to play LA Noire too. I thought you were playing LA Noire, Derek. One day.
No, I talked to you about this. I told you I got GameFly, and I sent in whatever game I had or whatnot, and they sent me LA Noire, and like for whatever reason that week I didn't have time to play it, and it just happened to be the week before Elder Scrolls Skyrim came out.
Ooh.
So I put in Skyrim into my Xbox and never touched LA Noire. I think sent it back.
I think that might have just been a vision. For some reason, I thought someone was playing LA Noire on Steam one day.
No.
But I can't think of anyone else other than you that it could have been, so I'm going crazy.
Well, going God.
You're losing it. You're losing
it. But yeah, I also really recommend LA Noire because it's such a... Like, I didn't put any of the Grand Theft Autos on there because I prefer the stories to LA Noire and Red Dead Redemption a little more. I mean, granted, Grand Theft Auto isn't bad in storyline. It's just I relate more to the stories of LA Noire and Red Dead Redemption.
I hope you relate more to those than the
I'm not
murdering people.
The sociopath.
I
also kind of like the environments better in both of them. I do like a lot of that antiquated environments.
The Western, the Red Dead Redemption Western was fun. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, and the 40s noir of LA Noire.
I'm sure
that was also interesting. Like, the reason LA Noire I didn't think as much with Red Dead Redemption is that LA Noire really didn't have as much to do in it other than the storyline. There isn't like Red Dead Redemption that had all like the side things and mini games. You couldn't hunt in Hollywood.
That'd be weird.
In GTA, you could go bowling with your buddy Roman.
Nico. Or Roman.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah, Roman. Hey,
Nico!
Nico!
Your cousin Roman, let's go bowling.
No, thank you. 5 minutes later. Hey.
Cousin, let us go bowling. Our parents would be proud. But the issue with LA Noire is just that it didn't have as much other than the base game. Like, after it was done, I really didn't know what else you could do with it.
I understand.
So when I finished the game, I just stopped really playing it.
That's why I didn't care for Dishonored so much. Because
Yeah.
I played it, beat it. Okay, no.
I almost got that on the Steam sale, but I didn't.
If I got it, if I had paid like $15 for it, I wouldn't have been upset. But I paid like full price. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
do hear good things about it, though.
I like the
played it myself.
GTA series a lot because after I beat the game, I only had like 10 out of 70 achievements. So there was a lot to do.
Yes, see, with the games, I feel Red Dead Redemption had the good balance between story and other things to do. Grand Theft Auto, I mostly just wanted to just derp around in it. I didn't really want to focus on the story as much. And with LA Noire, there really wasn't much else to do other than the story. Because, I mean, even the driving wasn't especially fun in that game.
No.
Because because driving mechanics weren't really the same as like Grand Theft Auto. They were kind of different. They felt kind of clunky and kind of stiff. You couldn't really like flip stuff over or do anything insane with it.
From what I remember of like watching just quick videos, not like a lot, it just looked clunky.
Yeah,
like everything
doesn't
handled poorly.
I think because it was a troubled production, they didn't get the driving mechanics up to snuff. But I'm glad that for what they did with the troubled production, they focused heavily on the storyline and less on the driving. Because if I had to choose between the two, I would have rather have a better storyline, but kind of meh driving.
Didn't they like?
Welcome to paint drying the game.
Did they like focus a lot on like the facial expressions and crap or something like that?
Yeah, it was like new technology at the time, like heavy face mapping, where they like basically rotoscoped a face to like a really detailed level, so that way you could look at it and you could try and tell if they're lying or not.
Kind of creepy.
I mean, it was really good looking. The only issue is that the body models are similar to previous games, so if you look really close, you kind of see like a change in like the quality between head and body. But for me it wasn't noticeable enough to make it awkward or kind of like uncanny valley. I felt I was right in with the world. I didn't bother me at all.
Okay.
Also, I mean, of the stuff on the list, I think with Shadow of the Colossus, that one is kind of a weird addition since I really didn't play that much into it because I suck. but it was great from what I played. Like, I need to get back into it, man.
Every game on my list, I played like a lot.
Same.
Yeah, I gave it to Shadow of the Colossus because a lot of the games that I played a lot were games I wouldn't consider the best game. Like, I was a big player of the NASCAR franchise of games. None of them I would consider the best game of all time. It's just that I really like NASCAR, I like racing, so I play a lot of racing games.
Too bad there's not many women's volleyball games. There's just kind of like Mario Volleyball.
There's a few though.
Yo, wait, what about Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
There's Dead or Alive. There's another one.
Played Dead or Alive.
You would like it.
There's another one, like I can't remember the name of it, but I remember playing it. I honestly can't remember for the life of me.
Isn't it like Outlaw Golf or something? I know we're talking about volleyball, but I know the Outlaw series is also kind of like.
I mean, if you're gonna get into sports game, Mario Tennis was just fantastic. I loved that game.
I never played any sports games until I played Wii Fit, or not Wii Fit. It's Wii Sports, the original Wii Sports.
Wii Fit, huh?
Wii Fit. Number 1 on this list, Wii Fit.
That would have been a disappointing list.
We would have gotten so many angry letters.
I used to like at the local McDonald's in the town I grew up in. They had like a video game like station in the play area, and one of the games that they always had set up was Mario Tennis. Sorry.
We had a similar one where it was Smash Bros. Melee actually in the same console. I know.
I don't remember going to a McDonald's that had video gaming entertainment.
It was Washington Mills McDonald's. It was it used to be a huge playpen, and they just tore it all down and put video games in it.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
We could have these kids exercise the pounds they're gaining from the food off, but video games.
Video games. Let's be honest here.
Just out of curiosity, was there anything about my list that surprised you guys?
Like
I'm assuming because
Red
Dead surprised you.
Didn't expect it from you.
Didn't expect me as a rootin' tootin' Western guy.
No, I just didn't expect it from you. That doesn't seem like your usual kind of game.
Yeah, same for me. I was not expecting that.
Like Yeah.
What were you guys thinking would be number one for me?
Probably Brad the Game.
You're thinking Brad the Game because... Okay, actually I was going to consider it for honorable mention.
I had no idea. I just didn't expect that. Because I picture you as more like the creative, not the destructive.
Yeah. Oh, I because we didn't do this with ZD, was there anything about that surprised you about ZD's lists at all? Especially...
Not really. That's...
Maybe if we knew each other better.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Well, ZD, your video is
You
so
never call.
off.
You never want to hang out. You never...
Trust, it'll change. It's gonna change, I swear.
That's what you always say. You always say you're going to change.
I've never said it before. We don't talk.
This is tearing us apart.
Our videos are so delayed.
I know. I mean, well, you're delayed on mine.
You're-
Derek's,
You're delayed on mine, too.
not me. I am.
No, John, ZD.
Yeah, ZD, you're...
Well, you could call me John. I mean,
Well,
I am the better John.
No, I know. I just...
Now you're all good, so yay.
Yeah, now it's better.
Hooray! Stuff worked out.
I was John my entire life until I met this guy.
And
he
then
was
I
like,
changed his name.
but I'm like 2 weeks older than you.
Yeah, that's how we literally decided this. I said, well, I'm older, so I get to keep my name.
It's alright. Two of my friends, their both name is Jonathan, and the younger one is now called Betty instead.
Betty.
So, be happy with ZD.
I am a man of multiple names. So many names. My family calls me John. Some of my friends call me Johnny. The other half of my friends call me ZD. My boss calls me Z. My my other work, they used to call me Ned. My sister's friends call me Carlos. My one of my ex-coworkers used to call me Giovanni. What else was there?
Couple of select people call you dick shit. What? That would be rude. Sup, dick shit?
My girlfriend calls me sexy. I mean,
Well, you know,
Well,
she's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, moving on with the games list.
Yeah, let's,
I think we're finished with yours, John. If there was anything else we wanted to bring up,
yeah, I think that's,
we can went through everything basically.
I'm pretty sure.
Really, the
Sam's
only
got
thing that
anything else?
hasn't been mentioned is Trackmania.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
a big moment in my life. It was fun for a while, but then I don't really think of it when I think of games that I'd want to play.
I actually, thinking about, I might put it down a little bit. You know what I should replace it with? I should have replaced it with Split Second, because that game was another arcade race that was really
I've
fun.
never heard of it.
Oh, it's really fun. Like all the people I've showed it to, which is like Tyler, Matt, Adam, they're all like, I never heard of this game. What could this be? I'm like, you should play it. And they're like, dude.
To be quite honest, I kind of miss playing Trackmania with you guys. I really enjoyed that.
Let's
I'm
do
thinking
it
about bringing
again.
it back. Yeah, I'm thinking about bringing it back. Bringing back the Server Fun Nights or something. 'Cause I used to do Server Fun Nights on my other channel. It'd be cool. I should bring him here.
I used
Yeah.
to enjoy them.
Yeah.
It was fun to do.
So, I think that's it for my list. Let's move on to Derek. So,
Rip me a new one. Come on.
yeah, Derek.
All right, let me rip you a new one on everything I disagree with.
Good.
Besides World of Warcraft just being opposite with RuneScape, I like everything.
Damn right. You
Yeah. I don't have anything wrong with your list. There were a couple surprises for me. I was surprised, one, that Tetris made the list. Because, not
Yeah, that
because
was
it's a
big
bad
surprise.
game, but because it's such a common game and the staple of gaming. Like, you just don't think about it anymore sometimes. It's like Tetris has taken on like a thing of its own.
One of my proudest moments for that actually, I got the Xbox version, the Tetris Evolutions, and there was one day, I don't remember how long ago, but I was like 14 or something like that. I spent an hour and a half playing one game of Hotline, and it got me like rank 9 in the world leaderboard. And every like year, once a year, I go back and check it. I've dropped down to like rank 15, but it's still like, yeah, I got rank 15 in the world for a game of Tetris.
Wow.
Cool.
I think what shocked me the most was either Knights of the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic, Tetris, or Rainbow Six Vegas 2. I think those were the ones that I probably would not have guessed at all, but they are. Because I played Rainbow Six Vegas 2, I enjoyed it. I didn't play it for a long time, but I played it enough. And I think at the time I just didn't appreciate it. But I think if I went back now, I'd appreciate it a lot more. Because I didn't play any of the story. I don't know if the story was good or not.
I mean, I played the story, I beat it, but honestly, what I always did was Terrorist Hunt.
Yeah, the Terrorist Hunt was. I remember that. I know my friend was in like a league of like pro gamers for Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and it's like all they played all the time.
I mean, honestly, one of my favorite things to do in that game was to grab the Tactical 500 shotgun and put a sniper scope on it and snipe people with it. Because you could do that for whatever reason in that game.
You can do it.
You can.
Why not?
I was surprised by Rock Band because I don't usually think of the rhythm games like offhand when I think best games of all time. So like I'm assuming Rock Band left a pretty big impression on you.
I spent months only playing Rock Band for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I love music, and I love being able to create or play music. Not that I can actually really play any instruments, but it gives me the ability to play an instrument without learning an instrument, I guess.
Yeah, because I always played mediocre percussion, so it really helped I could play something other than like the secondary stuff, like the ratchet and the tambourine. That's usually what I had to do in school band. Because the other people were more competent set drummers than I was.
I remember just sitting in the stands one day and seeing you walk out with this huge drum.
yeah, bass drum. I was like chief bass drum operator for the school band. Yeah.
Imagine it with that huge drum.
I remember just the hilarious sight of me. Just picture me at the Christmas concert with like a fedora on that has reindeer antlers protruding from it, and I'm playing this bass drum, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta play the other thing. So I'm running to the other side, and the antlers are flopping, and I'm just like, ah! I'm just like...
I have a nice picture from that concert, actually, of you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I saw you, and I saw a shot of you.
Cool. If you can send that to me, don't send it right now. Send that to me when you can. I'll remind you. I'll try and get this out as quickly as I can. No.
One thing I should correct myself about when Rock Band, when I was talking about it, I said I probably dropped at least $300 into it. I did not mean to say that. I meant to say that I have over 300 downloadable songs for it, which I don't think equals up to $300.
Well, wait, wasn't like a song like $1?
Yeah, but then they sold packs together and.
True. So I mean, it's not 300 exact, but I'm assuming it's relatively close.
It's way more money than any human being should have spent on this game.
Should spend on Rock Band.
But
I mean, I spent a lot of money on membership for RuneScape.
That's true. I spent a lot of it on WoW.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that WoW wasn't number one. That's what I was expecting you to pick this number one, World of Warcraft.
It almost beat out Ocarina of Time with RuneScape for me. But
yeah, not that I'm like fully surprised that Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic was number one for you. I had a feeling it would be on there, because I know you used to play that a lot, and I know you speak highly of it.
I do speak highly of it.
But I was expecting more contemporary, like World of Warcraft.
The only reason it wasn't higher was because, like, I play it, but then I get bored with it, and other things draw me away from it. Like, I was playing it for, like, a year, and I played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and I didn't touch World of Warcraft until I went to college again, which was years later.
Yeah, with RuneScape, I took off like year breaks, and we would just come back and play for like 8 months in a row. And then I'd quit, and then I'd do it all over again.
Yeah. So that's why I wasn't higher. Because I get bored with it.
But yeah, I think you have a pretty solid. I think you actually have a pretty diverse list too. You have a lot of Nintendo stuff. You got some MMOs. You got some first-person shooters, RPGs, fighting games. I think. Would you say he has the most diverse list in terms of like areas? Because I mean, mine's a little pretty diverse too. I mean, I do got some weird stuff.
See,
but
he's got the Microsoft, Nintendo, PC. What did you play Rock Band on?
Xbox.
Well, multi-platform. I'm assuming Xbox for Skyrim.
Yeah. But that's also multi-platform, as
multi-platform.
is Mass Effect.
Multi-platform, and then I don't know what the Star
Knights of the
Wars
Republic was the original Xbox.
And then John, you had
Tablets now.
I got
yes.
multi-platform, multi-platform. Sims 2 I played for PC. I mean the PC version for it because the Sims 2 for console is way different. LA Noire I played on Xbox with multi-console. Shadow of the Colossus was PlayStation 2. That's the version I played. I didn't play the PS3 version, though it's essentially the same, just a graphical update. TM Nations was PC. Isaac was PC. Parable was PC. Portal 2 I played on Xbox, so it was multi-platform. Minecraft is PC, and Red Dead Redemption was multi.
For me, I had PC, Nintendo, PC, Xbox, PC, Nintendo. Maybe I'm toward the bottom of the least diverse.
Yeah, but
That wasn't the...
yeah,
Multi.
though just because it's not like diverse a lot doesn't mean it's a bad list.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of quality games on there, and also it's indicative of your style of gaming. Indicative. So,
Nope.
I think we can show what kind of a person or how we grew up by our lists.
yeah.
If you really thought about it, well, it'd be kind of hard to think about it like that. But the whole thing of Nintendo having a lot of one and then a little bit of another shows when you progressed. Say with mine, I have a lot of Nintendo, and then you can see let's see, and then Minecraft, Halo 3, it kind of all came out at the same time, I guess. So it's at that stage of my life, I started experiencing more. And
Yeah.
I have no
I
idea.
mean, what I get from looking at each of the lists with CD, I see, as a kid, I'm assuming you played a lot of Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
You really like it. You really like the adventure of things. You're someone who just kind of
I love story.
Yeah, you love the story-based titles,
Yeah.
and it's more of you don't really need a puzzle per se, but you just want something a quest to
the
get you
Runescape,
going.
I said I didn't particularly go for the player versus player combat. I love the experience of the game itself, with the story, everything.
With Derek, I get a lot. You like a lot of the story-based stuff too, but you also like that interaction with people with World of Warcraft and I noticed you play a lot of MMOs.
I've dabbled in a lot of MMOs, yes.
Yeah, but also you show a good variety. You like the classics like Tetris, Mario Party. So it looks like a lot of your stuff I feel are a lot of games that you would play in groups.
Yeah.
Like Mario Party, Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, World of Warcraft.
It's funny, I actually, next Friday, I'm having a Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers competition with my friends.
Oh, if only I didn't live
You have friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks. I mean, one of them's my roommate, so he's gonna be here no matter what. But so I probably won't be talking to him for the next few months.
Oh man, it's like a clash. Yeah, we did a couple of Mario Kart extravaganzas. We did that for that surprise party that you guys threw me, which I'm still really grateful for. Still got my cup.
I wasn't invited.
Sorry.
It's okay. It would have been like a 4-hour drive.
But it would have been worth it. You would have made John's day if you were just standing there with your arms out.
That would have blown my mind. The only thing that would have blown my mind more is if, like, either Joe...
Oh, so you're saying you like Joe more than Derek?
No, because not because if I liked him better. It's because he lives further away. Because, like, oh wow, they flew him out all the way here. Even more so as if my friend Rob in the Netherlands. Because they would have to get him from the Netherlands all the way to here.
I think Derek's loading a gun.
No, I don't even own a gun.
Hey, joke's on you, you'll still have to drive 4 hours to get here.
Yeah. With John's list, I can tell that you really like the story, definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge story
You like
person.
single player. You
Yeah,
really enjoy single player games. Well, not saying you don't like multiplayer games, but you enjoy a good single player game throughout your whole life. Like The Sims. I know you played Skate 3 a lot with people, like LA Noire, Shadow of the Colossus, Binding of Isaac, Stanley Parable, Portal 2, Red Dead, single player all the way with those. And I feel like it goes along with personality because you love creating stories and environments like that.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I really didn't have many people I played video games with. Like, I had friends, but
I had like one friend.
yeah, like I only had one friend that I really played video games with, and that was only for like about like a year or two, because we ended up kind of going our separate ways. Not that we had like a falling out or anything. It's just that, you know, sometimes you get moved around or you just don't lose contact with someone.
Yeah, I had one friend. Well, I had my sisters. My sisters to play Nintendo with, but that's not like a friend. And I had my one friend to play Xbox with when I got it, and that was about it until he went off. And now I have you guys.
Yay! Yeah, I was an only child. So...
I was the fourth child, the only son. 3 older sisters. I have a good sense of fashion, but that's about it.
I was the first child out of 4 on my mom's side.
Aw, damn.
First child out of 3 on my dad's side. But
Damn.
my brothers on my dad's side, one of them, they're both under 10. So when I was growing up, I was alone at my dad's house. So I usually ended up playing with like my grandmother or my dad, or I had some friends who lived in the trailer park I lived in who would come and play.
You know, thinking about that, it surprises me. Wait, is this series called the video games or just games?
Video games.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I was like, if it was just called games, I'm surprised that everyone just chose video games. Because I was thinking about like board games. That'd be another good video if we did like a top 5 board games.
That's a list for another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do like non-video gaming list if we really want to. But I kept it to video games for this simply because that's what we deal in.
I know my family was big on board games.
Oh yeah, me too.
Have you seen the picture of my dad's collection that I put on Facebook?
No.
Oh no.
God.
Board game or video game?
Board
collection?
game. Like, if you want, I'll send you the picture and you can. But it's actually like it's an old picture and it's gotten bigger since then. It's ridiculous. Like
The Hungry Hippos?
no, oh god no. Like most of these were games I never would have known existed, and if he hadn't bought them. Like when I moved out, he made my room like a game room, and he had like 2 giant shelves, like shelving units in there, just full of board games.
Yeah, we got like a stockpile of board games up in my upstairs area. Like we got a ton of like old, new. My dad has this game called Lie Detector. It's a really cool game, but unfortunately it's really old and the box is really decrepit. So it's kind of difficult to store it since.
I could just imagine the weapons of torture in that game.
No, you don't torture people in this game.
Damn.
No, you just interrogate normally. No, this isn't waterboarding the game.
See, you can
So,
survive
interesting board game.
I got a really
Interesting board game.
I got a really good board game that I think you'd love a lot, John. Actually,
What?
It's called Tales of Arabian Nights. If you've never heard of it, it's like a choose your own adventure book, but in board game. And it's you play the characters from Tales of Arabian Nights, so like Aladdin, Sinbad, and Alibaba, and you go around the Europe, Asia, Africa, and India, and you collect stories, and you go to like a city and you flip an encounter card, and it's a number, and like it says, okay, you meet a beautiful princess, and you have to look at this matrix, and here's a bunch of things you can do. What do you want to do? I'm like, okay, I want to kidnap the princess. Okay, well, turn to paragraph 372, and then the person goes to paragraph 372, and he reads you what happened. And there's like 2,000, 3,000 scenarios that can happen. It's a fantastic board game, but it takes like 4 hours to play.
Yeah, that does sound like me, the board game.
Yes, it's
a lot of options and takes forever to play.
like
we need to get people
I'd show you the
together
book
for an Arkham Horror thing, because I've been thinking about getting people together, like just like a garage session of like Arkham Horror.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, that game's fun.
You're invited. You can't say you're not invited.
It's a really
You're invited.
a shame you guys don't live around here, me, because every like few months or so, my dad and his friends get together and they have this whole weekend they call Geek Fest, where they play board games all weekend, and it's a hoot and a holler. It's quite fun.
No, too.
That's why it's called Geek Quest, because they use the term a hoot and a holler.
No, that was just something I said.
Yeah. We almost had that at times with like almost had like a big D&D weekend.
That's how it started off. Actually, we'd play D&D all weekend, but it's slowly like, okay, we're getting more interested into board games. I wish they'd play more D&D, but
we tried LARPing.
Yeah.
Well,
it didn't go over well.
Well, I know we were gonna play D&D, and then Ty was like, we should LARP it, and then like the one time we LARP is like the one time we're like a bunch of attractive women were just walking through the woods, so we're like, maybe we shouldn't do this.
Hey baby, how you doing?
I had a broom with a spoon on it.
Lightning bolt. yeah. And the thing was, the spoon wasn't supposed to represent anything other than a spoon. It was supposed to be there.
So we just didn't want to freak anyone out, and it was it was very buggy. Like there were a lot of bugs that day too.
Yeah, we still have that lingering. We still haven't done. It's been like a year. I still have the cards like literally right here on my desk.
Yeah, the broom is just sitting in the basement with a spoon attached to it.
I want him to just use the broom, and it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, right.
I'll stick to regular D&D Pathfinder. Thanks. No LARPing for me.
We didn't. Yeah. After we stopped LARPing because we were like came to our senses. We just played. We played it normally though. We didn't really follow the rules of D&D, like to the book exactly. We just kind of played it like in like a casual, like kind of fun. We used like you rolled dice and you had to get the certain numbers to do your attacks and whatnot. But it was like a really oddball story and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Whatever floats our boats.
Exactly.
Yep.
Whether it be water or acid.
It better be a non-corrosive boat.
That's the Dilloism of today. Whether it be acid or water,
it'll float.
So is there anything else we want to talk about with these lists? I'm not going to ask like who you thought had the best list, since we're going to say ourselves, because we made the list ourselves.
How about if you had to choose a game from each person to add to your list, what would it be?
Alright, here, I'll go first. On CD's list, if I could add any of those games, I would say Ocarina of Time, because that's one of the few of them I actually played. And it was the one I had the most fun with. I like Donkey Kong 64, I liked Halo, but Ocarina of Time I feel would be really superior. From Derek's list, I would probably have to say Mario Kart, because I really love Mario Kart. I'm surprised I didn't pick it on my list.
Alright.
ZD?
Now for me, all right, from yours, John, I would probably have to choose. Oh, jeez.
The decision.
Not The Sims, not Skate, not Noire, not Colossus, not Binding of Isaac,
I wouldn't choose
not The
any of them,
Parable,
John.
Really sucks.
not Red Dead. Can't choose Minecraft. So either Portal 2 or Nations. And so I'll probably have. I played like both the same amount, and I kind of have the same feelings with both of them. Since that's a hard decision.
Yeah, I mean they're two different
I think
types
I
of
would
games.
get more entertainment out of Nations because you constantly new maps and you can play with a lot of people at once.
Though remember, Portal 2 has a map editor now. They added that functionality, so that also has endless maps as well.
All right, now from Derek's. Not Vegas. Maybe Mario Party. Not Mario Kart. Had Melee. Definitely not World of Warcraft. That's like out the window.
That's pussy shit.
If it was Oblivion instead of Skyrim, it would definitely be, but I can't choose Skyrim because I didn't play it enough.
Then there's his cheating Mass Effect series.
You gotta pick the whole thing.
It's like why I didn't choose Halo series, Why would I say
You
that?
really can't take one Mass Effect. You gotta hold that series together.
I mean, I agree with you. I put together, like, earlier today I was putting down concepts for, like, a South Park best episodes list. I've been watching them a lot lately. And there's some, like, with the trilogy stuff, I can't separate them.
Yeah, you just can't have one without the other.
It's like I was trying to choose from the Zelda series. I love them all, but like, which one do I love the most?
Yeah, but they don't.
Yeah.
They don't directly like affect each other.
Yeah, I know. But out of your list, I'd probably have to choose Mario Party. Just because I've played them a lot in the past, and I always get enjoyment.
So many palm blisters, right there.
Palm blisters? Oh, your hands.
Freaking going around and the thumbstick.
Oh yeah.
You can tell I'm a lazy gamer now because of modern gaming, because when I just don't bother. I'm just like, I'll take the loss.
No, oh god, no. I'd get into it.
Well, because Tyler and Adam beat me anyways, since they're much better at it, since they grew up with, like, having to do that as a kid. I played the story games, so I didn't have to go to my controller.
I've gotten so good at button tapping. Like, in the original Saints Row, there was a pistol, and it shot as fast as you could pull the trigger. So it was just like 12 bullets gone in a half a second. It's just bam, 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 bam. But, John, your list, Red Dead Redemption, because I really didn't play any other games, and ZD's Halo 3, if you were not including our own honorable mentions, because I didn't technically put that on my list. But if not that, definitely Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think ZD picked a really good number one.
Oh yeah, well known, well loved,
Well played.
well played, well played, sir.
I think both of us, we both had a surprise to it. So I think that's good for this video. We unless you got anything else we can add.
We can do the Cuban Shuffle.
I don't think we can do the Cuban Shuffle. I don't think we want to know what the Cuban Shuffle is, because it'll probably be like the Cobra. So, yeah, Derek, just so you know, the other day, he just was like, hey guys, you want to see the Cobra? And we're like, sure. So he just gets on the ground, like, arches upward, it just goes like, or something like that. Then we all just disowned him as a friend.
Hey. Respect.
So I'm assuming the Cuban Shuffle will be both offensive and a waste of time.
Shuffle's a dance to a song.
It really is?
Yeah, never heard of the Cuban Shuffle before?
I haven't.
Then the link.
Is that the Cuban Shuffle?
No, that's the link description.
That's the link description.
Don't worry,
The
John. I'll show you
description
next
dance.
time.
Hey, that reminds me, we still gotta play, I don't know how this reminded me, but, Orion, Dino Horde.
Oh yeah, we totally gotta do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We almost had like a complete falling out, but I think we can get something together here, folks. So I think this ends this video for now. Those are our top 10 lists. If you wanted to see our full top 10 list and a little more detailed explanation on some of them, go check out the videos themselves. They'll be in the description. Next time in the Central Nervous System, hopefully we can get our regular group of 4 people. We only had 3 this time. And we can talk about more gaming news and get you up to date, since we've been kind of on break on that for a while.
Yeah.
That seems to be our money getter. The breadwinner is the podcast. Also, more gaming and whatnot, we'll do that. Anything that we talk about today will be in the description. If you like this video, please hit us up with a subscription. Give us a lot of, like, a big confidence
Give us some
boost.
sugar.
Yeah. So, so this has been Morningstar Studios. I'm John.
I'm Derek.
I'm ZD.
And thank you for watching. So long.